Hello, this is Mark Brown from Pocket Gamer with a first look at this little thing, the SteelSeries Stratus. It's the latest Apple certified, totally official iOS 7 controller, this time from SteelSeries, who make headphones, but now they make controllers as well. It has got Bluetooth in it. It's a wireless controller, so it connects not only to your iPhone and iPod, but also iPads. It's the first controller of these that actually connects to an iPad, and also a Mac if you're into that. Basically it works with anything in terms of iOS devices with a lightning port, which I know doesn't make much sense when you're talking about wireless stuff, but that's just the sort of compatibility, is it needs a lightning port. Anywho, it's got the whole extended gamepad profile, so that means you've got a D-pad. Not too bad. Could actually see myself playing Pac-Man with this. Not perfect, but not terrible. 4 face buttons. You've got analog sticks, proper analog sticks that actually sort of that are sort of more jutty outy. That is the technical term, than the PlayStation Vita ones. So they feel very nice in the hand, especially playing a sort of first-person shooter. It's got 4 shoulder buttons, L2, R2, yeah, L1, R1. They're kind of cramped together. In fact, the whole thing is pretty cramped. Probably should have shown you this first. This thing is very small. Here is an iPhone 5. Here is the SteelSeries, actually smaller than the iPhone 5. It's also pretty thin. If you have giant troll-like hands, you're going to crush this thing like a small butterfly. If you have more normal sized hands, it's going to feel a little bit cramped, a little bit sort of cozy in there. Your thumbs kind of bash each other when you're using the analog sticks, but it's not entirely uncomfortable, until you get your first case of RSI, but it is not too bad. It's also got a power button and a sync button. Let's sync it up and play some games. Back in a sec. So let's check out a first-person shooter. You might have remembered in our Moga Ace Power review that the second analog stick in that thing was pretty horrible for a first-person shooter like Dead Trigger. I'm happy to report that this one on the SteelSeries is much better. You feel much more like you're playing a proper controller. You know, maybe not quite as good as plugging an Xbox pad into your Android, but for iOS this is about as good as you're going to get. It feels very natural. You've got a lot of control, easy to access all your stuff like reload and change weapon. Generally feels very nice, and yeah, much better than the Moga. So I could see myself actually playing a first-person shooter or something like San Andreas on an iPhone or an iPad because of this nice controller. As you can see, I'm actually killing zombies in the head. Isn't that nice? And yeah, much better than I did with the Moga. Let's quit this game and load up Limbo. So another problem or complaint I had about the Moga, if you can remember that far back in your drug-addled mind, was the buttons. They were unresponsive, and you could make them click, you could tap them down, but if you were only giving them a light touch, it wouldn't register. Well, again, pleased to report, much better this time. Actually, completely perfect. I just, cannot make it not do it. They are completely responsive, and, as I was saying in the video that it might have been the developers who didn't know what they're doing. Nope, sorry developers, I've let you down. It wasn't you after all. It was crappy old Moga and their crappy old pad, which didn't work properly. This thing works properly. The analog stick feels really nice. You can also play with the D-pad, which feels pretty good. Overall, pretty much any game you throw at this, it's going to work nice. That is what you want out of a controller, for iPhone, especially when it costs £100, or maybe not $100, something like 70 quid. So yeah, this is a SteelSeries Stratus. I won't keep going on about it. It's out today, I guess, when this video goes up, and it costs, yeah, about 70 quid. That's a lot of money. I do not I understand if that's too much, but if you are willing to throw that much money at a small piece of plastic, this is definitely the best one you can buy right now, and possibly for a long time, because it is really quite nice to use. Thanks for watching. Bye.